Welcome to Core Concepts from Dent Gaming. Let's see this build. Hey guys, what's up? I got another build for you today. This is Angel of Death. And if it looks familiar, it's probably because you've seen one in the very similar to this in the last episode. This is actually based on the same platform I put out last episode. So episode 21 was Barbie Girl. This is based on that platform. It does what Barbie Girl does, but it does it just a little bit better in my opinion. Not to mention, it looks cool AF. I mean, let's be honest, the thing looks mean. Let's go ahead and dig into it. Dual Itsujins for close range stagger buildup and a constant spray. Usually when I'm using this, I will offset. I'll spray 2 or 3 times with the one on the right, then I'll start spraying with the left. This mitigates the 1.5 second reload time I believe the Itsujins have, and makes it a lot smaller, leaving the gap for not shooting at your opponent smaller, which is always better. On the back supporting it, instead of the spread missiles like Barbie Girl had, I am running these soups. Something very, very important to keep in mind when you are running these is they have an 8-second reload time, which sounds very, very high, but if you take a look at the video, it fires one and then rotates almost immediately to the next. That 8 seconds is actually once you've spent all 3 of those units. Once those are empty, then it reloads and it takes 8 seconds. So in order to get around that time, you actually use not 1 but 2 of those soups, and then what you do is you spend one side, and once that side, all 3 units are completely spent, then you start firing with the other side, and while that one is firing, the one on the right is reloading, and that way you have more missiles in the air at a time than if you were to alternate and then wait and then alternate and then wait. So your DPS will go up as long as you follow that little battle strategy. Moving on to the frame, we'll go back. Battle strategy on this is just keep hitting your opponent. Just like the one before, you just keep shooting. That is how you win with this build. Moving on into the frame, we've got the Mine Beta head. Yeah, not worried about getting into that. We've got Melander C3, everything else, and I'll tell you why, because I love the statistics on these. I'm not going to break down the Melander C3 arms. I've done it in previous videos. If you don't know why I'm using them, look at the previous videos. I do have the Melander C3 legs. Again, statistically speaking, my favorite legs in the game. If you don't know why I use them, go back and look at previous videos. But I'm going to go into the core here. The Melander core is awesome at booster efficiency, so I do quick boost with this build. That is something very important that this build has over Barbie Girl, is the fact that it is quick boost capable. It is running the Alulas, I believe, so it is very much more mobile than Barbie Girl is, so it is a more viable AC. Anyway, it just doesn't have nearly the AP that Barbie Girl has, let's be honest. But it's just a more mobile version that can hit just as hard. Alright, so I'm using this core because these defenses are great, this AP is good, this nice and lightweight, and all of these are over 100. We need more cores like this where all of these are over 100. I don't like when the cores actually take away from the generator, but that's just me. Anyway, yeah, very, very well balanced core. I like it. Anyway, moving on to inner parts, as mentioned, I am running the Alulus. They are a mercenary's best friend. If you don't know why I'm running those, check out previous videos. Talbot, yeah, it just makes sense to use the Talbot. Just to make sure at that close mid-range you're good and make sure your missiles are on target. VP-20C, I've said this a million times, great little generator package. I'm not going to say anything more than that. It's super lightweight and it does, being a generator, very, very well. Assault armor, yes, I am running assault armor on this build, unlike Barbie Girl who runs pulse armor. I'm running assault armor because I wanted to be able to punish. You can't have a build called Angel of Death and not give it assault armor. That is just a war crime. You gotta have the assault armor if you name something with death in its name. It's gotta have assault armor. That's just a rule I live by. Anyway, that is the build and battle strategy. Let me show you guys what this thing can do. Come here, Freud.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's go. Yep, a monster just like your predecessor. Alright guys, that was Angel of Death. Share information on this build going to be 3Y1GVKW5BF67. If you want it, take it. I had an absolute blast using this big giant robot to blow stuff up. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.